Deadlock's hideout has changed, with some major new additions being snuck in tonight's patch. It seems like a rapier has been added to the armory, alongside a new, very comfortable and cozy looking pillow that's made its way onto one of the settees, and some kind of incense burner that's been added to the back of the library segment of the hideout. But that's not all. We can also see they've added this glowing red eye effect to the main painting that looms over the drawing area of the hideout. Alongside that, we've had new artwork additions depicting some sort of ceremony or perhaps wedding here in the Cursed Apple. And eagle-eyed viewers that keep their nose low to the ground will notice there's some new air vents. Curiously, these don't connect to anything right now, and I'll say right now operatively, as I feel like these will be used for something in the coming patch. You can also see Valve have cleared the segment of rubble in the top right hand side area of the hideout, giving it possibly a bit of spring or perhaps January cleaning. Alongside that, there's also some sort of error in the back of this box. Now, the area where we had the voting table previously hasn't been added back, but Yoshi has confirmed that voting will be returning soon, with all heroes needing to be unlocked via votes this time. He also went on to say that the update is a few days away, so lock in. That's right, welcome back to Patch Notice. As always, I'm your host, Jacky, and you're watching Patch Notice live on Dead Air. Make sure you stay subscribed for every bit of Deadlock content you need to know about. Firstly, let's get into the balance changes that were inside of this patch, as there's quite a few of them. Yoshi said this was more of a primer patch, getting us ready for the major content patch that's yet to come. One of the big segments of this has been related around rebalancing and changing the gameplay mechanics tied to the urn. You can see carrier resistance has gone down, but on top of that, it's the more interesting changes that are listed below. You'll no longer need to channel on deposits. You can see the before and after comparison here. It's instantaneous. The minute you make your mark, on arriving to the urn drop-off location, it's going to be deposited, which is quite interesting. I think that's a way better way of doing it, actually. This is also a curiosity, though. If you melee someone, they will now drop the urn. Of course, before you could heavy melee it off them, but now light melees also do the same effect. This means it also carries over to any heroes that have melee-based damage output from their abilities. I'm talking about drifters, viscous. There's a lot that you can do with this, actually, and it's quite an indirect buff to a few different heroes. If you're a Billy and you slam down, you're gonna force the urn out of their hands. So you can use this to your advantage massively, actually, and I think it could introduce a bit more fun gameplay around running the urn. It didn't matter how much Valve buffed the urn, what they were giving you in terms of golden boons, more value, more resistance. It just didn't seem like that many people loved the mechanic of running the urn because of that delay in drop-off and how clunky it felt. So they've really gone back in here and kind of rebalanced the entire idea, haven't they? Quite an interesting one. Curious to see what people think about it. Instantly, though, players did realise just how powerful Dorman's Doors could be with this new instant deposit urn mechanic. So Valve have adjusted the way it works. By adjusted, completely removed it. You'll no longer be able to use Dorman's Doors to transport the urn whatsoever. If you go through the door, it will be dropped at the entryway door you went through. You can see here when Lash, Dorman's teammate, tries to do the same thing, it also doesn't work. But there's a lot of fundamental changes to the urn inside of this patch. I do think they're trending in the right direction, but it is an interesting change overall. Now, let's move on to the stamina-related adjustments we got inside of this patch, and I'd arguably say both of these are brilliant. Firstly, we'll focus on the down dash cost. Now, some people don't even know about this mechanic. I'd argue maybe some of our viewers here at Dead Air might not even be aware, but you'll see that it only now uses half of a pipette when you're using that double crouch to dash down. This is a very useful stamina mechanic that a lot of players forget about, so make sure you're making the most of it now it's even cheaper. Thanks, Valve. On top of that change, you'll also recover your stamina way quicker now when inside of the base. You can see the before and after comparison here. It is absolutely rapid. Loving these changes, it's a great time to enjoy a bit of speedy stamina. Let's run over to the Curiosity Shop though, because there has been one item change in this patch, and that one item is Kinetic Dash. They've reduced the amount of bonus ammunition you get off the back of conditionally proccing this when hitting that dash timing from +8 to +6. Now, fair enough, this is a pretty meta item. It really scales massively with heroes like Haze, especially Mina. This can become problematic when getting that additional ammo count on top, and it feels like it's a reasonable adjustment here, scaling that back slightly. So not too many qualms with that one. Last but certainly not least inside of this minor balance patch, we also saw some changes to the neutrals, the denizens of New York of course. The jungle camps have had some changes in terms of an overall 30% flat reduction. This is on top of their respawn times, their HP and their bounty. All of those have gone down by 30%. Valve do state though that they haven't touched Sinner's sacrifices, so you won't have to worry about that for those degenerate gamblers among you. Moving on, it's the meat and potatoes of the changes though that go into respawn timings for players. So respawn time at 19 minutes has been reduced from 35 to 30. At 30 minutes it's gone down from 75 to 70. However, you're now going to be punished if you have significantly higher individual net worth than the other team. You can see the breakdown of mathematics on screen now. Shout out to Daisy again for the fantastic graphics on these, but giving you an overview of how this is going to be working. Bear in mind, this is upwards of 90 seconds at its peak if you get hit with the largest possible respawn timer you could be left with. So, if you're really far ahead, if you are a carry, if you've been eating all the jungle and you mess up, you will be punished for it now. Feels like we're taking a bit of a leaf out of Dota's book with this one, but I think these could be positive changes for the health of the game. What do you think though? Be sure to let us know in the comments down below, and as always, don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy our content here at Dead Air. I've been your host. You can find me on Twitter at Dead Air Jacky. Of course, me and Daisy are going to be back with many videos covering the new patch and anything that comes with it. So if you want to stay up to date with everything Deadlock, you're in the right place. We'll see you soon.